Welcome to Inori's patch 14.19 jungle tier list, and we're going to go over everything you need to know about the new patch and how it affected the jungle meta. So right now, we're obviously in a very beautiful tank jungle meta, as you can see by the most dominant jungler in the game. Udyr. Udyr is very disgusting. Liandry's Faded Ashes. You've heard it before, we're going to hear it again. Very broken combo. They haven't finished nerfing all the champions that are abusing Faded Ashes. Udor has been an outliner that they keep on forgetting, but Udor is disgusting. He's very broken. He's a one-trick jungler, so if you're thinking, wow, maybe I should get on the train and play Udor jungle, no, you do not do that because it takes too much time. You're not going to love yourself if you play Udor jungle. And also, it's just really hard to get into him. You have to kind of really want to play him if you want to get into it, so keep that in mind. The next one, Viego. Killing you with style. Yes, Viego very broken right now. One of the best junglers in the game. Huge percent pick rate. His pick rate is so high with such a solid win rate, which is obviously a big indicator that he is very broken. Big reason why is Triforce. Triforce, compared to all the items getting nerfed, Triforce has been probably the best that recovered from it. I really think they did nothing to it. It's just so strong for how much value you get from it. Also, I think Sheen items in general are very good right now. You're getting more rotations of the Sheen because people are a bit tankier. It does give you more value. So Viego abusing Triforce, definitely a problem that I think should be addressed next patch. Next, we have some of the more common picks of outliners of the S tier category. These ones are just very high performing ones. The only one that maybe is a very high skill dependency is Elise. So I'm going to start on Elise first. Elise, I think she's broken. I'm going to have a video on her soon. If you're good on Elise, the changes have been a godsend. Her aura cooldown going down by 1 second, I think it's very broken. I love that. Also, her E reviews true side. Her repel is a bit more, easier to use. Low elo players could enjoy that. And she's just a very strong pick. What do you do with her build? Sork boots, magic pen. A big reason AP junglers are really good right now is because Sork boots compared to other boots are very good. Also, stacking magic pen really feels that great on her. Shadow Flame, Storm Surge, and also Lichbane are just really good items that a lot of AP junglers can really abuse and get a lot out of that. So at least high skill but very strong pick. Next, we're gonna go to Scarner. So Scarner, he's been popular in worlds and competitive games. Solo queue, he's always had such a low pick rate, but with the changes of how much durability, tankiness, and just being able to build specific items, he's abusing the hell out of it. He just builds tank items, but he is just so goddamn tanky. I think Scarner is very broken right now. How will he do in the future if items are nerfed? I don't know. Do I like Scarner? No. Do I recommend you guys to play him? Maybe you could try him if you like him. He's very weird, I will say, so you may have a hard time picking him up. Next, we have one that I do recommend and I do think you should try is Volibear. Volibear is a very strong, clean champion. His kit is really good. His mechanics are very carry-overable, which means that he's easy to play and then play other stuff too. So I think he's a great pick, great champion. He's really strong right now. Tank items, Sheen in general got buffed. Iceborne Gauntlet, a core build on him, really good. Like I said, some of the AP items going like Roa into Iceborne Gauntlet, very strong right now. So that's a build I'm going to have a video on soon again. Very strong pick. Very good recommendation. Lydia, your favorite AP jungler who dropped in the tier list, is actually back up because, well, it's beneficial for her that a lot of, she's abusing Liandry's, right? Liandry's is still very broken. But also, if fights are a bit longer, it's actually good for Lilia. She's a bit of a durability champion, so that's very good for her. So Lilia is very happy. Amumu, Liandry's abuser. This is what I'm saying. It's sort of like a tank AP jungle meta, but the AP junglers that are the best are Liandry's abusing champions like the three we see here, but also Amumu, just solid broken tank jungler, one of the best in the game by far. Karthus was a surprise. I was like, why is he so strong right now? And honestly, I really don't know why. I just think he's very disgusting to play against. And in the jungle meta, where if you can just farm and AFK and just scale with ulti, he is pretty much a menace. And also his items he was building are actually just really strong. So that's probably why he's back in the meta, because his items, Liandry's Blackfire Torch, are still very broken on him, and he's able to deal a lot more damage now compared to before. Moving on to the A tier. A tier, we have really good picks. I think all of them are great. The one that might be situational might be the Gwen jungle. Gwen jungle could be an incredible jungle pick if you can literally just farm in your game. Sometimes you're not allowed to farm because the enemy team wants to ruin your day. If that happens, okay. But she's a fast farmer, very strong team fight damage, and just a very solid pick. Next, we have a Jarvan. So Jarvan is a bit weird because he went down a lot, mostly because Eclipse and Sunder Sky got nerfed harder than other items. He doesn't go Triforce. He doesn't really abuse the more items that are very broken right now. He's still a very solid pick, but as you can tell, his win rate did drop a bit compared to before. Next, we have Nocturne, a very solid pick. I've been testing some Lethal Temple Nocturne out, and you know, I think he's really strong right now. I think more people will transition into Lethal Tempo. He does get screwed a bit because Stridebreaker nerfs. Stridebreaker, disgustingly bad item. They ruined that item completely. I don't even know why it got destroyed like the way it did, but it did. And I imagine they're gonna buff Stridebreaker because it doesn't really make sense for them to keep it, remove the movement speed bonus part about it, because you literally pay the gold for Phage, and then when you upgrade it, it gets rid of the movement speed from Phage, which is very dumb. So hopefully they fix that soon. Next, we have Nunu. Nunu, Liandry's abuser. Move on. Very strong tank jungler. Very good. Zac, not a Liandry's abuser. He could go for it, but he's just a solid tank jungler. That's very good. Bdle, just a solid AP jungle. Sort of, he just hasn't been... When AP junglers were broken, he never got the nerfs compared to other ones. So he's just been rising in the win rates. But he's just a very solid one-trick jungler. Warwick is actually pretty happy because, well, his items, he goes Tiamat, Titanic, he goes Blade, still very good. And he generally enjoys when fights are longer. So that's good for Warwick. Master Yi, I do think much stronger due to the fact that, you know, attack speed, didn't get hit as hard. He doesn't rely on, you know, base stats like AD. He just really wants specific items that are still relatively untouched. So his build is still very solid. Blade, Kraken, Rage Blade, very strong. His true damage unaffected by the nerfs, very good. And he's just a very good pick right now. Same with Xin Zhao. Titanic, I honestly don't think Titanic's that bad, but yeah, he's a very solid pick right now. Very good Bruiser jungler compared to others. Bruiser junglers aren't really S tier, as you can see, except for Viego, but they're definitely in middle ground territory. Shyvana, I actually think, is really strong. Spear of Sojin got somewhat of a rework, which is perfect for Shyvana because, well, she doesn't really need ultimate ability haste, so just having passive abilities on your basic abilities benefits Shyvana. And also, you know, it's a bit of a farm meta, so she's really good about just getting her farm. So that's pretty good for her, the Dragon Girl. Next, we're going to B tier. So B tier, pretty bad. B tier is sort of like bad, maybe okay. Lee Sin, he's just not that good. Eclipse, some of these champions relied heavily on specific items that in turn did get nerfed. So if you ended up getting nerfed because of that, like Eclipse, core item on a lot of champions. Lee Sin, Sunder Sky, Eclipse, core items, both nerfed. Not good for him, so he's not a great pick. Diana, unfortunately, indirectly nerfed. Why? Because of Nashers. They nerfed Nashers quite hard, in my opinion. So Diana, not so happy. Maybe there's like a double magic pen build out there, but so far, Diana, not too happy. Rek'sai, my poor girl, neutered, gone. Stridebreaker nerfs really hurt her, and that's very sad. So hopefully she gets buffs in the future. Kayn, my boy, edgy, but so edgy that his win rate's not good enough. Maybe Red Kayn is looking good. Shadow Kayn, very dead. Let me touch on it again. Assassins, F tier. Assassins are dead. Sorry, I didn't even draw that correctly. Assassins are just garbage, right? They're just F tier, right? They destroyed assassins. Assassin items are terrible. Champs at the bottom are all lethality champions. Lethality is just garbage stat. I don't know what they did to lethality. Disgusting. They destroyed it. So we don't want to go any sort of lethality champion. It's just very bad for this patch. If you play lethality champions, I'm sorry. It wasn't my fault. Blame Riot. Do not play this split until they buff assassins and lethality items. But if you do play lethality, Ghostblade is the best lethality item by far. So just go Ghostblade. Next, we'll have Nilly. Nilly just dog, not really a good champion, hard to play, not worth your time. Jax I actually think is not that bad. I think Triforce, I think the changes actually helped him. I think Triforce is really good on him. Lethal Temple did get brought back, but it's not the same as before, but it's still a pretty good pick on him if you prefer that keystone. Hecarim kind of gutted because of Eclipse nerfs. He relied heavily on it. It did get pretty big nerfs, so not too good for her. Briar did go down a bit just because Cleaver got nerfed, and that's a core item on her, plus Sunder Sky and Eclipse in some situations. Blade is still good. Titanic Hydra is still good on her. Those two options are still good, so I would say Briar is either B or A tier depending on how you build. Kindred, she's just okay, a solid pick right now. She benefits a bit from Triforce. Triforce Kindred very broken right now. Besides that, Kraken is hit or miss. But Triforce into like more Bruiser is looking very good. Velvet as well, you know, she benefits a bit from the changes to item nerfs, but I wouldn't say she's incredible. She's a very solid champion right now. C tier is just not too good. Highlights are Silas jungle, unfortunately not that playable right now. The fairy jungle, unfortunately built lethality, so destroyed because of that. Graves tries to be back in the meta, but it doesn't really work because he also likes lethality, and if he can't build lethality, he doesn't really have a straight ahead, like an actual build path. So Graves is kind of dead. Kha'Zix's poor little bug was S tier and he went to C tier. And now he's see you later because we're not going to see him at all because he's gone. There's no way you can build lethality. There's no way you can play assassins in this meta. They just destroyed the lethality items. You didn't really have to do that, but they did. Same with Talon, lethality champion, dead. Meta's over for him. Echo is an AP assassin, dead. It's hard to kill people, so you're not going to one-shot anyone. Assassins are sort of dead in the meta right now. Evelyn, same thing, AP assassin, she's dead. Wukong, he could be B tier. Triforce, really broken on him, so you go Triforce, you're gonna actually have a pretty good time on him, so he's probably not C tier, he's probably like B tier. Turtle, Rammus actually got nerfed because of Thornmail. He used to abuse the fact that he gave percentage armor because of his W, but that kind of nerfed Rammus too. Shaco, sort of dead too. 80 Shaco lethality kind of was big on him, and that just ruined the day for him. Next, we're gonna have the D tier. D tier, rough, real rough. Vi, don't even look at her. Very bad right now. Maokai, terrible. Sejuani, the pig, brother, haram. Do not play Sejuani. Rengar, poor kitty, neutered. Took to the vet, down the street, into the shop. You scheduled a neuter. Rengar came out, nothing. Nothing now. He's dead. Lethality champion, dead. Mordekaiser, he's okay. Not really that playable though. Zed, completely dead lethality. Trundle, never seen him. He's really bad too. Don't even bother. Ivern, I don't really like Ivern, so I just put him in D tier. He's probably honestly like a B tier, but let's just put Ivern in D tier because I don't like him. And that's just how it is. I hope you guys like my jungle tier list. It is a sad day for assassins, but a lot of other champions are doing well. So if you like those champions, have a good time. I'll be uploading more individual videos about champions, so hope to see you guys in those ones. Let me know what you think. I'll see you guys in the next patch. Good luck on the game and good luck on the climb. And yeah, see you later, alligators.